Do your pictures look like this? Do your videos look like this? Would you like them to look more like this? Or what about this? If they are not as good as you want them to be, then maybe this video can help. First off, the number one complaint I hear about taking pictures is that it takes forever for the camera to take a picture after they press the button. This is a function of the camera's autofocus system. It takes time for the camera to find the focal point, set the exposure, and then take the picture. Some cameras are good at it, and some are not. If this is a problem with your camera and you can't buy a better one, then try using manual focus. People took many incredible pictures using manual focus. There's no reason why you can't do it now. Usually DSLR and interchangeable lens cameras will autofocus faster than traditional point-and-shoot cameras. However, most of the more recent Canon and Panasonic cameras in the $250 and up range will autofocus fairly well. I use a Panasonic DMC GF1 and it is known for exceptional autofocusing for a camera under $1,000. The second biggest complaint is that pictures are blurry. There are several factors that can cause blurry photos. The first factor is a long shutter duration. If the camera shutter speed is too slow and the subject of the picture moves, then the picture will have a nice sharp background with a blurry subject. This situation most often occurs when you are taking a picture of kids indoors. The low light levels inside cause the camera to lengthen the shutter duration in order to let more light into the camera's sensor. Then if your kids are like mine, they don't stay still while you take the picture. The result is a photo that is blurry. There are three ways to remedy this. You can get a camera that has a bigger, more sensitive sensor. The Olympus EP1 is a good example of a small camera that has a great low light sensor. You can also get a lens with a wider aperture. Aperture means how big the opening of the lens is. The larger the opening, the more light that can get in, and the faster the shutter speeds will be. Lenses with an aperture of less than 2.8 are often referred to as fast glass lenses. If you get a lens in the 1.4 to 2.0 range, you will pretty much eliminate the blurring effect of a child's movements. Even point-and-shoot cameras list an aperture value. Next time you are out buying a camera, check to see what the aperture range is for the camera, and don't worry so much about how many megapixels it has. If the minimum aperture is above 3.5, then the camera might not be the best choice for shooting low-light pictures indoors. Blurry pictures can also be caused by what is known as camera shake. No matter how hard you try, your body is constantly correcting itself while you are holding the camera. These tiny movements can cause a blurring effect in the picture. This effect can be lessened by the use of image stabilization, also known as IS. Now, we are not talking about violent shaking or waving of the camera.
He's gonna be a pilot.
The last factor in blurry photos and videos is focus. If the subject of a picture is out of focus, then the picture is ruined. Like I said before, most of the newer cameras have an excellent autofocus mechanism. However, manual focus can be extremely useful when shooting videos because it prevents the focus hunt that can happen when using autofocus. You also have to consider if your aperture is too wide or not. While an aperture of f1.8 will allow a much faster shutter speed, it will also have a narrow depth of field. This means that the subject or a portion of the subject will be in focus. However, the rest of the picture will not be in focus. Lenses with an aperture between f2.0 and f2.8 typically produce well-focused subjects with faster shutter speeds in low-light situations. The Canon S90 and the Panasonic DMC LX3 are compact cameras under $500 with lenses in that range. Another huge complaint I hear is that digital still cameras cannot take good video like a camcorder can. And they usually say, just look at all those videos on YouTube and you will see how bad they are. Well, if you're watching this video, then you can see that the DMC GF1 it was shot with does quite well on YouTube, especially when you use YouTube's HD button. For the $1,000 to $1,200 a typical HD camcorder costs, I bought my Panasonic GF1 and a bag full of fast lenses. The camera, I don't know about you, but I think these pictures and videos turned out pretty well. If you want to learn more about my camera and some of the advantages it has in taking pictures and videos, then look below for some video responses in the next week or so. You can also click my username to see all the videos that I've taken with it.